Well. Good morning. Good morning to you. Happy post Super Bowl Sunday. Let me just get a second here to send out the link. And I hope you had a wonderful night last night. If you've been following this stream, I'm sure you did because we were smashing some plays. If you followed us last week, we talked about Kansas City money line all week at plus odds. Well, Kansas City delivered, didn't they? Kansas City delivered in a big way in a big Super Bowl game that went to overtime. I think it's only the second Super Bowl ever. And Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the 49ers, has been on the losing end on both of those games. And but it was a great game. And Kansas City, they took home the trophy, the championship, the W, and they got us quite a bit of money in our pockets. We also banged home a PrizePicks slip last week, towards the end of the last week, that I forgot to recap. And we had two parlays from yesterday's show that hits. So I went through, and if you were watching yesterday's show, please check your Twitter because I reached out to a bunch of people on Twitter. I believe I've given out the money that I promised to almost everybody, but there's a couple of you that haven't answered your messages from me. So check your Twitter DMs because you might have some coffee money coming your way. All right, let's go full screen here. Got to zoom in for you. Oh, we're zoomed in. All right. PrizePicks, Rudy Gobert, 12.5 rebounds. Okay, this is a matchup. Let me pull up my notes here. Rudy Gobert. Oh. Woo. Clicking everywhere here. All right. Rudy Gobert has hit the over in 6 of his last 10, 10 of his last 15, 16 of his last 30 in a matchup that on the surface doesn't look great. On the surface, the Clippers defense is allowing the 7th fewest rebounds per game. But if we dive into the data a little bit deeper, they are allowing the 3rd most rebounds to centers over the last 7, the 3rd most, averaging just over 17 per game. Again, that is the third most in the NBA to opposing centers. Rudy Gobert is a rebounding guru, and I expect him to smash his 12.5 line. Yes, it's a little high. It's a little sweaty. That's why it's still here on PrizePicks. The other one, Tyrese Maxey. This game could get out of hand. All right. What are they favored by? 10? I think it was 9.5 last night. It's moved to 10. So the money's coming in on Cleveland. This game could get out of hand quickly if Tyrese Maxey doesn't get his normal allotment of minutes. And even if he does, frankly, I think that there's a really good chance that he cannot reach that 26.5 points and that this game just turns into an ugly blowout. And that's going to leave us comfortably under the mark. He has been under in 7 of his last 10 games. He faces a Cleveland defense allowing the 2nd fewest points per game at 109. I mean, this matchup is just atrocious for him in every single way. The only good thing he has going for him is that this team is hobbled right now, and someone is going to have to try to score the basketball. However, I fully expect this game to get out of hand. I think this game could totally be a blowout here. So I am comfortable with his under 26.5 points. And this is a perfect, nice little 2-person slip. If you want to make it a little bit more likely to hit, I guess Gobert's rebounding line is high, and a little substitution you could get, even though the Demons and Goblins thing, you don't get much for it, would be DeMar DeRozan's. I wish they had his normal rebounding prop, which is 4.5, but they don't, because why would they? But I mean, that's low-hanging fruit right there. That's a nice little easy play. Get yourself some money, all right? But that's I'm going to leave Gobert in there. That's my play, but that was just one I was researching. Again, I wish they had his normal line in there, and they don't, but of course, PrizePicks. All right. let me go ahead, take a second and say good morning. Maritza, good morning to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Listen, you're the genius, all right? Nobody's making you look like a genius. You're the genius. It's Money Monday. King Collier, good morning to you. It is Money Monday. Let's get that money. Super Bowl is over. A little bit of a post-Super Bowl lull, but Chris, what is up? Thoughts on the Super Bowl? I can get you thoughts on the Super Bowl. Purple Haze, yo, good morning. Yep. All right, thoughts on the Super Bowl. I talked about it a little bit, but I mean, listen, went to overtime. That's great. That's great for everybody. I think that the refs swallowed the whistles. I don't think there was a ton of penalties, really. It didn't seem like there was a lot of penalties. Maybe one key penalty for each team. I think it was overtime, right? I think it was overtime that the Chiefs actually got a big penalty called against them, which they should have. Who was it? McDuffie grabbed the guy. I think he grabbed Jennings on a route. So, like, for the most part, the refs didn't influence the game, though. If anything, I think the Chiefs were hurt a little bit more by it, which is good because they ended up coming out and winning. But I think it was a good game. I mean, it was a little slow at times, but the defenses are both very good. You know, I mean, I don't know if people thought this was going to go crazy. It ended right at 47 points. I saw that was a little tilting for some people because the over-under was 47.5. So if you had 47, they didn't kick the field goal there at the end when they scored, and that would have put you over. So yes, we would have been tilted for sure. But I think that's probably relatively common that happens. I mean, it was a good Super Bowl. It was kind of what we talked about. Kelsey was slow to get going. The first quarter was ugly. And then all of a sudden he turned it on the second half, ended with 93 yards, never got into the end zone. But you know what? I mean, let's see. Did I have this? I thought I had this open. I think we hit two parlays from yesterday's show. There's one. I'm just clicking. So, all right. This was a FanDuel boost I posted yesterday. 100 plus passing yards in each half. That hit. Check that off the list. And another one from yesterday, which was one I really liked. And I said this, the Mahomes over 1.5, over 260, Kansas City Chiefs money line for plus 296. Really liked it. I think he got it maybe with the second passing touchdown. So, I mean, sweaty. Oh, and look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're following, all right, that's our February right now. That's February. Now, I haven't streamed the whole month and I haven't streamed every day, but that's February right now, okay? So if you're new, tuning into the channel, and this is your first time, we're winning. So we've been getting money, all right? So just hang in there. If it hasn't gone well for you, if you pick one of the plays from the stream and there's 3 plays and it doesn't hit, that could happen. So try to sprinkle all the plays or figure out how you're going to do it. But I mean, we're having a good February. That's for sure. So didn't cash the plays yesterday. No, Purple Haze. Yeah, we did. We cashed 2 of them at least. Again, those are long odds. So if we had hit 5 of them, I would have lost my mind. So we hit 2 of them from yesterday. And if you hit 2 or 3 even or something like that, or if you just did 2 in Kansas City money line, you won your money back. That's for sure. And actually you profited. I would guarantee it. 439 Purple Haze. I'm sorry, man. Whoa, Jay Step. 7:30 was early this morning, isn't it? That's why I pushed it back a half hour. I sent that out last night. I was like, guys, I don't think anybody's going to fault me if I push this thing back a half hour. But let me see. Chris, what'd you say? The overtime killed my fantasy score for the under for Mahomes to close out my sleeper protected play. Up 15 units. Jeez. I should have started with that. 15 units? Chris. Sorry if that was really loud. It was right in front of the mic. Chris, salute to you, my friend. Salute to you. Whoa. Brock, listen, guys. Everybody in chat it is Money Monday, isn't it? Look at this. King Collier got it right. Guys, I cannot tell you how happy I am to hear you guys say, though, how much money you all made yesterday. I'm curious, did you guys make a lot of the money off the Kansas City money line? I mean, we had been banging the drums about that for 3 weeks now, probably. I told you I had a play I put in a play like a couple weeks ago for Kansas City to beat San Fran in the Super Bowl. Like, not even just Kansas City to win. All right. I digress. I mean, listen, we're all a little tired. Let's be honest. We're post Super Bowl here. So, we're a little bit slow. We're talking, we're chatting, we're hanging out here yesterday. We're hanging out here. All right. Another one that you can do, something I want to show you guys that you could do on DraftKings. Let me make sure this is zoomed in enough for you guys. Also, if the mic sounds good or better than normal today, let me know. I got a new stand yesterday and you can kind of see it a little bit, but it's closer to my face. And I'm hoping that helps. My voice might be a little worse today. Mic is better. Mic's going up, voice going down today. All right. Kansas City money line was about 6 units. Love it. Love to see it. All right. So this is something you can do. And I actually really love this today. Tyrese Maxey under 28.5 points. You can alt line his points on DK and then go on over. And if you've been following our channels, been following the Discord, we've been smashing the Kawhi Leonard over 1.5 assists, the alt assists. It's like a minus 1,100. That's a minus 130 right there. So you get a little bit extra on top in case he scores 27 or 28. And then you just pair it with Kawhi Leonard money line. It's perfect. I mean, I love this. It gives you a little bit extra wiggle room. So that's an official play. I'm going to make that an official play for sure because I love the fact that you can just, there we go. Parlay that out. Cut the juice a little bit of this minus 160 and make it a minus 130. All right. So let's see what we got here. I want to do this because, I mean, why make these things if we're not going to use it? Oh, wait a minute real quick. Please like the video, comment on the video. 12 minutes in and it's the first time I'm saying it. I'll get better. Some days I'll be better than others. Like the video though. That'll help it grow. I appreciate all you guys yesterday. Everybody interacted on Twitter. Like I said, if you didn't get any money yesterday, check out your Twitter DMs because I reached out to everybody who commented on that original post I did on Twitter at the Hulk Bets X. I might call it Twitter forever, so forgive me. But take a look at that. I Venmo'd a bunch of people yesterday. I wonder if anybody in here got Venmo'd. I think Chris might have gotten Venmo'd. You guys got to let me know. We sent out a lot. It was a good day for everybody. I just want the fam to eat. Buy your morning coffee today because, listen, goodness, Lord knows we're going to need it today, right? We're going to need coffee. Caffeine is going to be ingested. Everybody talks about how much beer or chicken wings were drank and eaten yesterday. And I wonder how much coffee gets drank again today, the Monday after the Super Bowl. Is anybody not going into work today? I'm going into work today. I'm just curious. It's going to be a little bit of an unproductive day for some people out there. My mouth is dry. All right. I'm going to do a little odds shopping. Woo-hoo. Fancy little graphic. All right. Let's see what our odds finders got for us today, right? Let's see if we got any goodies. Take Jordan Clarkson off there. You know what? The people want prize. You know what? Hold on. The people want PrizePicks, but I know that some people also really love Underdog, which I do too, especially for best ball. But I'm just curious. I did have an Underdog slip. I could just go to that, but I put up the graphics, so now I'm committed. The best play on Underdog today, right now, KCP under 1.5 player assists. I don't even know if he's playing hardly, so that's not a bad one. Klay Thompson under 5.5 rebounds and assists. Not even. I wish it was on a couple of the other books first, though. Let me see if I could take a look at that. Just have this beautiful Tyrese Maxey info up here. Let's pull up Klay Thompson. What'd I say? Rebounds and assists. Klay, rebounds and assists. 5.5. Under in 6 of his last 10. Utah allowing the 6th fewest rebounds per game. Terrible against the assist, though. Second worst, allowing the second most assists per game. So some conflicting data there. Let's see here. Just curious to see if there's anything more to hear that backs up the play of under 5.5 rebounds and assists for Klay. Is that zoomed in enough? I apologize, guys. Holy smokes. There we go. I lost myself, though. There was KCP. Clay's got to be right there. Okay. That's what we're looking at. Oh, and you know what? We can remove the date for sure. That's better. We'll start with that. It's kind of a mixed bag here. Anything with home and away splits? Not really. He actually hits it a little bit more on the road. The data's not bad on it. I don't hate it at all. I could definitely see the merit in it. Utah, what does it look like? About the 10th worst against shooting guards. All right. I don't hate it. I can get behind that. I mean, the math, going based off math alone, 58.68% implied probability right there. So you could go over to, and look at this. If you're looking at it, I already played it. Now this Luka one, if I'm going to do anything, I would take out the Luka one. I've been kind of getting a little bit nervous of the blowout. And I think that's a real possibility. So maybe just go with the RJ Barrett. The RJ Barrett play, and I liked we'll do Clay. There was one other one. That Underdog had that I liked, I thought. Was it Maxey? Could probably go Maxey on here. Now don't play him everywhere. Yeah, you could go Maxey under. I think that might have been it. Let's see what the odds finder has. So you could build one out. I wanted Luka's, or I'm sorry, not Luka. Jokic. Let's just check it out. Jokic under. It was 9.5. It's gotten bumped. Yeah, I'm not going to touch it anymore. It's gotten bumped to 8.5. Probably everywhere. All right, so that's a good. I mean, there's you could put together a 2-person slip on Underdog. Let's do PrizePicks now. I had a parlay play open. I'll show in a minute too. Just curious. I'm starting to dabble around with them a little bit more because sometimes they have really good odds. All right. Under 2.5 threes, Kawhi Leonard is the number one, right? Make sure I don't have any other filters on here. Is the best play on PrizePicks right now per just the math. Let's just go full screen for you. You guys don't need to see me right now. This is better. This is more important. Andrew Wiggins, under 4.5 player rebounds, juiced everywhere. I wish Fanduel had this a little bit. I wish Fanduel was a little bit better here. You know what? Can I just go there we go. Nope. I don't want to go that far though. What am I doing? Okay. Fanduel is a good book. I mean, that's a good barometer of where, of what, I don't know, it's just more accurate of where it should be, where the line should be. See, this would be a nice one if it wasn't bumped. Kawhi Leonard. All right. I like this actually. I think I might like this one better than the Wiggins one. Kawhi over 3.5 assists. Let's see. Yep, right there. Plug in Kawhi. Steph Curry. Oh, turnovers. I thought that was threes. Whew, I was about to lose my mind. John Collins is a guy that we've been having some success on. His just minutes are all over the place. But, I mean, yeah, I'm going to remove out of the matchup. Okay, there we go. Yeah, John Collins is a guy. Man, I really have interest. Look at Pinnacle. All right, we're going to throw John Collins rebounds into the mix for sure on PrizePicks. I've seen enough. Maybe I can get like a cool nickname like the Collins Whisperer. Not Colin. What did I say? Rebounds? Was it rebounds? Over 8.5 rebounds, right? Yeah. Did I miss it? Let's see. I did miss it. Okay. It's early. We got 4. We need one more. We could do a flex 4. Let's do a flex 5, though. Right? Yeah. Let's do one more. Thanks to this beautiful odds finder tool, we can find it very easily. Oh, Vucevic. Vucevic? I think that's Vucevic. Tyrese Maxey. I mean, if this game gets to a blowout, this could hit. This Tyrese Maxey play could really hit. Let me just take a look real quick at which one I like better. You know what? We have a lot of Maxey exposure. Honestly, for that reason alone, it's probably a better play just to go with the Vucevic assists. So let's throw him in there. Over 3.5. Okay. Again, guys, I didn't research that one. Vucevic is just getting thrown in there purely based on the odds, but there's a flex 5 we could build out right there. Maxey under points. Gobert over rebounds. Kawhi Leonard over 3.5 assists. John Collins over 8.5 rebounds. And Vucevic over 3.5 assists. All right. Curious. Nope. Didn't mean to do that one, but that'll work for a minute. All right. I want to, real quick, do a little bit of Q&A here for you. Q&A. I got to come up with a little, there's got to be a song with that. I can't be the one doing the song. That is totally not what I intend to do with that, by the way. That was just me getting, yeah, exactly. Me getting 2 hours of sleep. No, I got more than 2. King Kali, you're a beast. Good luck to you, my friend. I hope the day goes by relatively smooth for you and get more tonight. Brock says, we're on the grind. We're on the grind. Absolutely. We are on the grind. J-Step. Collins over 8.5 rebounds and also Wiggins under 4.5. All right, let's take a look at Wiggins 4.5. We're going to go bloop, like that, though. All right, cool. J-Step, always good to hear from someone you trust that they like a play as well. Wiggins under 4.5. Is that available on our friend PrizePicks? Woo-hoo-hoo! All right, now we're talking. I'm curious to see the Wiggins play. I was looking at it, man. It's just like there was a lot of games today. I'll be honest. Okay. I will say this too, guys. All right. Actually, I should have said this in the beginning, but I know a lot of you have seen this. I know a lot of you guys have seen the stream before. This is like a weird, delicate time between the trade deadline that was the end of last week and the All-Star break, which is Friday. So guys, things are a little hinky right now. It's like the Twilight Zone, right? Guys don't always play their full allotment of minutes. They're like sometimes not trying as hard as they normally are. It's just a weird time. Some of the veterans, I feel like start to phone it in. Guys are tired. It's just a weird time. They're thinking about the break, whatever. I personally will probably play a little light. Like a lot of times on these slips, I'll put 10 to 20 bucks on it. That's usually like my normal range on these slips. I might put, I'll probably stick to 10, honestly, on this one. So I'm going to be playing half units, quarter unit bets more often than I normally would, just so you guys know. Listen, we had a huge Super Bowl yesterday. Everybody just said it. Everybody in the chat's been in here. 15 units, 30 units. That's crazy. 30 units in a day. I'm up 6 units in a month and I'm happy. You guys are up 30 units in a day. You're insane. Don't give that back on crappy NBA games during this time, okay? And if the Dub Club and the Discord and our picks are eaten, just know, don't get FOMO. Don't give that money back. You guys got a ton of extra money in your pockets from yesterday's Super Bowl. Don't give it back the next day. I'm missing one of the picks from the slip. Oh, got you, J-Step. J-Step, play it light, though, my friend. I'm telling you, NBA is weird. NBA is real weird right now. NBA is strange. We did bang home a 2-man PrizePicks last week. Honestly, like that's my favorite. That's my sweet spot. Actually, I probably like the Wiggins play more than Vucevic. So if you have to take one out. And I say that only because I didn't get the chance to really research it. All right, Wiggins, 4.5 rebounds prop. Golden State on the road. Is hit in 4 of his last 10 only. 2 of his last 5, 7 of his last 15 on the road. Not much better when he's at home. Doesn't really change anything. Let's see. I like the matchup. Recent games against Utah. None of these guys have really hit their rebounding prop, even in similar areas. Grayson Allen had it at 4.5. There's a couple of guys that had the rebounding prop around 4.5, 5.5. And those guys hit the under as well. So I like to see that. His minutes are creeping back up is the only thing I guess I would say. Minutes equals opportunity. I'd like to see this man off the floor when we're taking under props. So they're creeping up a little bit. So let's say he's not going to get, let's say he doesn't get 23. Let's say he gets 28. J-Step, just take a look. If he gets 28 minutes, which is what I think he played, he played that last game, I think. If he gets 28 minutes, just take a look at that because his minutes have been creeping up. And if you've got a good read on the rotation, more so because I haven't looked at that, then maybe that's a thing. That he was just a good matchup for, I think they played Phoenix. But then he's hit in 6 of his last 10. So just keep an eye on that. But that would be the only thing I see. Otherwise, I think it's a fine play. I think it's just, are his minutes going to sit at 28? And if they are, that's a lot of opportunity. Guys, I'm going to be looking into trying to get Fliff on the screen. I'm going to jump into parlay play real quick, but I'm going to try to see if I can get Fliff on the screen. I got to figure out a way to get my cell phone over there. His matchup is great. 7 of his last 9 against Utah. Good call that. I didn't look at that against Utah. When was his most recent one against Utah? Oh, I got to take off the minutes restriction. There it is, right? I don't know. I'm only showing one game against Utah. I don't know. Listen, J-Step, I trust you. I trust you in my life. I put that right on the slip. It's staying. I'm not taking it away. I'm not moving it. We're not leaving, right? Like Wolf of Wall Street when he grabs the microphone. We're not leaving. We're not leaving. Love that movie. All right. I want to look at prize parlay play real quick. And I'm starting to try to play some of these sites more because as you guys say that you don't have access to the books, and I hear that more and more, I'm not trying to exclude anybody from this. I want everybody eating. So first play on the board is Paul George under 4.5 rebounds. Actually, this one I like. The Zion over 4.5 assists. The only concern I have, though, is a potential blowout. I want to say this game, 8.5. That's not terrible, actually. All right. I think that's a fine play. Yeah, because Mike Collins one, I think it got bumped. I have it open here from last night, but it might have gotten bumped. I don't know. Let me see here. Yeah, I think it got bumped. That's why it was giving me the option to move it. All right. Zion over 4.5 rebounds. And I mean, if we just go based on the math alone, it'd be this one. And actually, the math is strong with this one. Paul George under 4.5 rebounds. I mean, guys, the math is just that easy. You take those plays and either plug them in or do a little research. So let me pull it up on the side real quick. Just curious. Does the data support it? Man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm like so thirsty. So thirsty. Oh, J-Step, I got you. Not just him, but small forwards in general. Got you. Paul George under 4.5 rebounds. All right, so he's hit the over in 6 of his last 10, 9 of his last 15. I don't really see anything with home and road splits. I guess, what they're looking at is Minnesota allows the fewest rebounds per game as a team at just over 40. Let's see. Take a look at this a little bit more. This, this is interesting. This is one that but positionally, they're in the top 15 for allowing the most rebounds, not by a lot. I mean, Paul George is a pretty solid rebounder. He's tall, he's lanky. They allow 7.82 per game. This is a tough one, guys, honestly. So, you could plug it in based on math alone, but I mean, if you look at the data, it's kind of conflicting, and that happens. Honestly, that'll happen often. So this would be, I mean, based on the math, this would be a fine play. Based on the data and the research, I might try to find a play that I like more, to be honest. And I'm just trying to look. Man, his points, huh? 20.5 points. And that is matchup driven. I don't know. I'm just trying to see if I can find something, even with Paul George specifically. Over 2.5 assists might not be the worst thing. But man, that's tough. What's his PRA? 27.5. That's about right. If they're saying less rebounds, okay. If the math is saying less rebounds, can I? You can move this? Oh, parlay play. I'll be honest, guys. I haven't played around with parlay play much. All right, so what does it do if we keep it in the middle? It's still a 3x? What? Okay, well, there you go. Right there. Parlay play. Over 4.5 assists, under 28.5 PRA. I mean, if we think his rebounds are going to potentially be, or the math says his rebounds are going to be under. Right? Isn't that what it was? Yep. And his points, I mean, his points have kind of looked ugly. We couldn't flex the rebounds, can we? No. Okay. There you go, guys. Let me see this. Jared Bush, good for you. Hardman, man, talk about a guy that got redemption yesterday. Am I right? Like, holy smokes. His lines in the playoffs were comical, and I feel bad for the guy. Comical lines, like 1 catch, 1 yard, 1 fumble, or something like that. Like something silly. And then I think he had another one that was terrible too. Like he fumbled at the goal line against the Bills. Like he was the guy that was putting the nail in the coffin against the Bills, and he fumbles it out of the end zone. And then he wins the Super Bowl for him. I mean, can we just talk real quick though about the genius of Andy Reid? Like that play he ran, McCole Hardman was out wide. I can't remember his name, but number 7, I think, for San Fran was lined up on him. He comes in motion. They do that fast motion play, the same play that they won the Super Bowl on last year, where Kadarius Toney scored and got wide open. I mean, like, are you kidding me? Like, he runs in motion, hides behind, I think, Kelsey, kind of gets lost behind him. So number 7 kind of loses sight of him. McCole Hardman jets back out right before the snap, speedster, sprints out there. 7 is committed at that point because they time it perfectly. 7 is committed to already picking up Kelsey. So a linebacker, I think, from underneath has to come over and try to catch up to Hardman. Hardman's already got 2 yards on him, plus he's faster. He's streaking that way. Mahomes is rolling out that way, and it's just a quick flip. And if anybody has ever played football before, yeah, he calls the play corn dog. I mean, are you kidding me? Hilarious. Andy Reid is for the people, ladies and gentlemen. Big Red is for the people. But he flicks the play out, and if you've played sports before, you're like, oh my gosh, this ball is coming to me. And like, I wonder if you think this is for the win. And he just like secures it. And you can see him like get it and just like tuck it in and squeeze it. And then he holds it for a second and it hits him that they just won the Super Bowl. I mean, like, listen, guys, that's why we're here. Right? Like, that's why we all love sports. I mean, what a moment. And the only way you hate that is if you had a lot of money on San Fran or if you're a fan of them. And my hat's off to you. It was a great season, but like you got beat by the best, if that makes you feel any better. Which, as a Colts fan and a person that's gotten beat in the Super Bowl, it doesn't. But what a game. What a great Super Bowl, guys. So we're going to be going heavy into NBA now. And, I'm curious to know, I want to do some underdog drafts. I know I've teased it out for a while now. Maybe All-Star break is a perfect time to do some underdog best ball. You know what? I just thought of that. Underdog best ball drafts during the break. That is exactly what we're going to do. So we'll do some content for that, and then we'll get right back to NBA. All right, guys. I'm going to call it for now. I got to get ready. It's the Super Bowl. It's post-Super Bowl day. Recover, rest, get your energy back. Listen, we saw in the chat earlier, everybody made a ton of money off the Super Bowl, guys. So I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I'm so happy that you guys all made a killing off of it yesterday. I mean, what a great day. What a great end to the football season that we've had this year. I'm excited for next year. We're already diving into next year, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't done it already. Comment on the video. Share the video with your friends, guys. Whatever you can do. I appreciate everybody trying to help grow the channel. I love doing this, and we're going to keep getting this money and keep doing it and keep having a blast together. Appreciate each and every one of you guys, all right? So have a great post-Super Bowl Monday, and I will probably come back and stream Wednesday, and then I'm going to try to do like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or something like that, all right? So I don't think I'll be here tomorrow. Wednesday morning, 7 a.m., we're back to our normal schedule, well-rested and ready to eat. All right, guys.
All right, team, that's a wrap for today. If you found value in the stream, please do me a favor, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on so that you don't miss out on any of the future action. Huge thanks for tuning in. I hope you crush it with today's insights. Catch you on the next stream, and until then, let's keep winning.